Hello, Serge here from the teaching tee at Odessa National Golf Club in Townsend, Delaware, where we're doing a golf school. And to my right, you recognize this gentleman as the Rolfer Golfer, and he does a lot of schools with us and gets people doing exercises in the morning before and stretching before we tee off. And you can find most of the things we do at the golf school on his website, rolfergolfer.com,
right,
which has some great pre-stretching exercises, during stretching, after stretching, and anytime stretching you want to stretch. Drills over there, and he's got some great stuff on that website. And today I want to talk about a question that was brought up in the first day of the school, and I just recently answered it. The same thing in a daily was about what causes golfer's elbow.
What causes golfer's elbow is a tendency to have too much strain on the muscles and tendons that are constantly pulling there, and they get inflamed and they get tight. And what's causing that, 9 times out of 10, is when people are setting up for their swing and they're carrying through impact zone, instead of following through and going up to a nice tee finish, they have a tendency to be pulling or chicken winging their arm in just a little bit. And it doesn't take much of a pull to create a lot of stress on these tendons and ligaments when you've got all the momentum and weight of the club going away from your body.
So now you're saying pulling up. Now, I know that normally when people ask me that, I'm always relating to the fact that the golf swing is centrifugal force, a rock on a string, rock, string. As I'm swinging this rock on a string, the faster this rock goes, the tighter my hand gets. Well, in golf, this is the rock and this is the string. And we have two relationships here. Hold that, please.
Yep.
We have the golf club flexes, but it doesn't bend, but we have 2 break points in the arm. And so I always usually relate to the fact that as the centrifugal force of the downswing, the club is trying to pull away from me, and the arm straightens up. Well, we can get some of that if we release the club too soon and it flexes the wrist, or we come in and we hit down on the ball and people hyperextend and lock their left arm, which also can start from address, because I see a lot of it, even out on tour, a lot of people that get the left arm too high, hyperextended to begin with. And just like as we know, locking your left leg doesn't work. Look at the issues Tiger Woods is having, that because he hyperextended it. It's a flex joint to be in motion flexed. But when I come in, my arm straightens out at impact, but it doesn't. I don't ever let it lock. And I think hitting down on the ball does a lot of that too.
Well,
it never dawns on me. It never dawned on me that could be an issue. So the point is why would golfers, if the club is being pulled that way and they end up doing this, I think that the forces that way are putting stress on these muscles when it's breaking down, so that would add to it. But why would that happen? If centrifugal force is supposed to be pulling our arm straight, why would they break down? Well, number one is, what would y'all guess? Number one, I'm going to give you 2 seconds. 1, 2, the big A, alignment. If I'm trying to swing towards a target and I'm trying to, as I hit the ball and extending through into the forward mitt and up the tree, what if I'm aimed over here, which is where
a lot of people
most people are aimed? Remember, we're still batting 0 on having
good alignment.
Nobody has been lined up correctly in all the schools we've done. And so if I'm aimed over there to right field, so to speak, and I have to swing to center field, well, when I come into the ball, my body's in the way of my arms and club to get to the ball, to get to the swing to the target. I break down. See, there it is, right there. I think number one issue for this is very likely alignment.
And number 2 would be just hitting to the ball instead of up to it.
Hitting down on the ball.
Yeah.
Especially if you really hit down, and in that case your arm could straighten up, but because you got that jolt in the ground, and if you jolted it enough or flicked it at enough at the ball, and you're locking up that left elbow, you might not even feel it locking because it's going to happen so fast. Yeah. But that continual strain and stress on the elbow, on the joints there, and on the tendons and ligaments will eventually flare it up.
So here's a little drill you can do, what I give to some of my clients, and that's just to tell them to go out to the range and don't worry about hitting the ball far. Don't worry about where the ball goes. Just get used to what it feels like. And Serge always says, feel the swing and then swing the feel. And this is a perfect example of that. Make sure you're getting through the ball and that you feel your arms rotating and getting through and up to that tee finish.
Right.
Because if you're just hitting to the ball, the only way you can finish is almost to pull yourself up. And it's hard to see, but it's actually easier to feel that when you're practicing.
And that key is that even from the very top of the backswing, we don't really hit the ball. We're already swinging up, and the key is from here I'm swinging up into that forward mitt, hitting that forward tree, and going straight up over the shoulder to the tee finish. All right. So with hopefully these helpful hints about the correct way of swinging and using our body the way it was designed, because
and awareness.
And right, this is a tool that swings this tool, and so If you want that tool to swing properly, this has to work and properly. And so this tool is the one that we feel, because it's our tongue, that's our muscles, it's our body. We need to protect it, and we need to make the better swings we make. The Surge Peak Performance swing is the most pain-free swing there is, the most body-friendly swing. And when you do it right, you'll be happy. You not only will feel better because your body feels better, but you'll feel better when you're hitting those much better golf shots and shooting those lower scores. So from the Rolfer golfer and the Surge on the Teach and Tee here, we'll be talking to y'all again soon.